So before I start this movie review, I just want to give a big shout out to IMDb, where I get all my information and fun facts from. What's up, everyone? Movie Maniac Nick here, and I just went to go see the film Gran Turismo. It was based on a true story of real race car driver Jann Mardenborough. The director was Neill BlomKamp, and it starred David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, Archie Madekwe, Darren Barnet, Djimon Hounsou, and Geri. So this movie is basically based on the unbelievable, inspiring true story of a team of underdogs, a struggling working-class gamer, a failed former race car driver, and an idealistic motorsport exec who risk it all to take on the most elite sport in the world. Okay, so here's my own personal opinion about the movie Gran Turismo, based on a true story of real-life race car driver Jann Mardenborough. I like the film. I really enjoyed it. I don't follow racing that much, to be honest, but I do like the look of the cars. I like fast cars. I like how they run, they move, turn, everything. So on with the cast. I think the cast did a great job. I think everybody did a great job in this film, especially David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, Archie Madekwe, that played Jann Mardenborough. It's a story, basically, that tells the life of him, how a gamer can become a professional race car driver. And it was his dream, and it came true. But the obstacles he had to endure and go through to get there is quite a story. Basically, all the support from his brother and his mother, but his father was not too much into it. He did not care for him to become a professional race car driver. Also, it did tell how Jann Mardenborough, how he had his critical fatal accident, but unfortunately, he did, not him personally, it was an accident because of the car and what happened, that a spectator was killed in the accident. And I was reading online how he wanted to put this in this movie because it was an actual thing that happened. It was a real thing that happened, and he thought it should be in the film. And it showed how the emotional pain he went through and it messed with his head. Psychological. It messed with his head. But thank goodness for his race crew team that put him back into it. Made him focus on race car driving once again. I think the storyline was great. I think the CGI was good, especially with the car and how they pulled apart the car and put it back together with the car, of him visualizing it. It was very cool how they did that. I think the cinematography was very well done. The car shots, the car scenes while driving, fantastic. I think it's taught me a lot of what these people have to go through when they're inside the car. It's not an easy thing, let's just say that. It did have a little bit of comedy in it, basically from David Harbour's character, but otherwise I would say it was a very serious film, honestly. Very serious and emotional film. So do I recommend to see this film? I would say yes, especially if you remember the story of what happened and back then, and I guess it was 2011, I believe, of Jann Mardenborough and what he went through and how he won the whole thing. And if you're a race car driver or if you're a race car fan, definitely a must-see. I highly recommend it. It will definitely keep you intrigued, that's for sure, and into the story. But if you don't want to see this film in the movie theater, you could probably just wait until it comes on something else. And now it's time for fun facts. This was inspired by the real-life story of Jann Mardenborough, a Gran Turismo player who became a professional race car driver. Also, the real-life Jann Mardenborough plays a stunt double in the film for the actor who portrays himself. Orlando Bloom's character, Danny Moore, is inspired on the real-life Darren Cox. He was a former Nissan Europe executive who in 2008 founded GT Academy to help Sony PlayStation for that racing gamers could have a chance to become professional racing drivers. David Harbour's character, Jack Salter, is not a real person, but is an inspiration of different real-life characters. And finally, the sushi chef in Japan that smiles to Jann is the real Kazunori Yamauchi, and he basically is a Japanese game designer and producer of the Gran Turismo video game series. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my movie review for Gran Turismo, based on the true story of Jann Mardenborough. As usual, smash that like button, support, share, hit that notification bell. It will notify you when the next video vlog will be up. Also, check me out on Instagram under the same name, Movie Mania Nick. And remember, stay safe, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes!